In this video, I'm going to talk to you today about the 5 love languages: gifts, touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, and quality time. Let's talk about it. My mother's love language is gifts. She likes gifts of any type. It can be a cheap gift, like a scratch-off ticket, or it could be something very expensive, like a new car. She loves gifts. And my mother, she lives in Alabama. And whenever I go to visit my mother, I know I always have to go with something in my hand. If I go and show up empty-handed, then my mother is looking at me with a very weird look. She doesn't even realize it. I'm there with my hands extended out because I want to hug her, but she's looking to see what I have brought for her. So I never go to my mom's house empty-handed. I'm going to take something, whether it's a bottle of wine or some oranges or something like that. I'm going to show up because that's my mother's love language. She loves to receive gifts. My dad's love language now, he's acts of service. My father loves for me to do things for him that he really can't necessarily do for himself. My father had a stroke back in 2005, and so he is really dependent upon me to help him through a lot of things. But he's always been an acts of service person. When I was a little kid, he used to wake me up early on Saturday mornings to go out in the yard and help him mow the lawn, or he'll have me to be next to him when he's working on the car to pass him a wrench or some type of tool. My dad always likes for me to do things for him. And so his love language is acts of service. And because I love him, I'll do it. My sister's love language, she's words of affirmation. I'm not really good at giving compliments. So with my sister, I have to work really hard because a person whose words of affirmation, they love to receive compliments. They love to be told that they're smart, that they're beautiful, that they're intelligent, that they have made good choices, they made right decisions, that they're right. They love to hear that they're right. And to hear any form of criticism it's very hard for them to be able to take criticism. It cuts them to their core. So oftentimes when I'm on the phone with my sister, and she lives in Los Angeles, California, when I'm on the phone with her, if we're discussing something and it turns into a debate, I really do have to be really careful with how I disagree with her. And many times I just choose not to disagree with her if I possibly can, because I know that by disagreeing with her, not affirming what she says, it does really take a toll on her and it hurts her feelings. So she is words of affirmation. My brother's love language is quality time. My brother is the oldest of my siblings, and he's the type where you don't have to do anything special. He just wants to hang with you. My brother's birthday was back in September, and I went to his house in South Carolina to hang with him. And I hung with him the whole day. I gave him the complete day to let him know it was all for him. His face was so lit up. He was so happy. And one of the things that he says, hey, I'm going to hang out with you tomorrow. Now, I really didn't have time the next day to hang out with my brother. I had some other things that I had planned and scheduled that I needed to do. But because I love my brother, I went ahead and made space so that I could hang out with him again the following day. And that's because his love language is personal time. He likes to spend time with those whom he loves. Now, my love language is touch. I like to express my love through touch. I like to hug. I like to fist bump. I like to give a nice firm handshake, a high five. I like to cuddle. I like to express myself that way. Sometimes if I'm in New York City and I'm gonna give somebody, a homeless person, some money, and that homeless person wants to shake my hand because I gave them money, I shake their hands without even thinking twice about it. Some people are saying, oh, you can't do that, but I shake hands without thinking twice. The pandemic is really hard on me because the way I express my love when I'm seeing somebody that I haven't seen in a long time is I want to hug them. But I end up having to settle for a fist bump. And a fist bump is okay with certain people, but it's not the same with those, with those people who are really close and dear to you. But that's my love language. Now, here's the thing that I want you to consider. In my family, there's my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, and there's me. I'm the baby. I told you already, my mom is gifts, my dad is acts of service, my sister is words of affirmation, my brother is quality or personal time, and I'm touch. And guess what that means? That means that when I was a kid growing up in my household with all five of us, we were all speaking a different love language. Most of the time, none of us were loving the other person the way that that person wanted to be loved. And if you can imagine, it caused a lot of conflict and a lot of dysfunction. And so it wasn't until I was an adult that I learned about the love languages. And now that I have that information, I'm much more empowered to love my family the way that they need to be loved. And in return, because I love them in their love language, they automatically, in many ways, give me my love language back. My sister's not a hugger, but she hugs me because as soon as I see her, I compliment her. And she normally likes for me to compliment her weight because she's been working hard in the gym. She looks good. So I compliment how good she looks. Once I do that, she's ready to hug me. When I show up to my mom's house with a lottery ticket or some oranges or some cold hard cash, my mother is ready to hug me and hug me. When I get to my dad and I say, hey, Dad, I'm here. Let me know what you want me to do. My dad is ready to kiss me on my forehead. And same thing with my brother. When I just show up and I say, bruh, you got the whole day. I'm with you the whole day. So we have to learn how to love the people in our family the way that they need to be loved, the way that they want to be loved. And when we do that, what we'll see is that they'll reciprocate that and give us what we need. But one of us has to start. And hopefully, you'll be that person in your family.